Name?
Bam Bam. He's liver chestnut and he has a flaxen mane and tail.
He must be so fancy and cute.
He's a brat. Yeah. He's probably close. He's probably over 30 and he still just like runs away with kids. It's great.
Gotta love ponies.
I remember him from the Addison Field days.
My God.
I mean what is it?
Memorial Academy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he would just like run away with me. Were you there the year my cousin rode him?
Little blonde haired girl.
Yeah, and he was perfect. Like legit, he stood in the ring for 30 minutes, stood absolutely still. I wanted to kill him.
Sure.
It's so funny because sometimes he's the best pony in the world, and then sometimes he is out of control.
I always saw him jump that like 3 foot.
Okay, so he like wouldn't jump. You remember, he just like would run out or like
yeah.
And like he just
bailed at the last minute.
He would bail at the last minute. Like his front feet would be off the ground and he'd leave. And so one day we were leaving the barn and we were driving and I think we had a horse in the trailer, so he like ran over to the fence line. But there was probably this like 3-foot log in the way of getting to where we were driving. He just like canters, leaps over it and keeps going. I was like, are you joking? You just jumped a 3-foot log and you can't even jump with me on your back. What a brat.
He's so cute.
But yeah, he's over 30. He still runs away with kids.
Sue Boardman, who is coming tomorrow, her pony was like 40 or something.
Yeah.
And so I think even like a 42-year-old pony, and just one day Sue was like brushing her and she just dropped dead.
Oh my God.
And then it was like Sue was having this big party that night, and so she had to go and get a friend's horse over because the other horse that she was boarding at her place couldn't stand to be alone and probably saw the pony drop dead. But yeah. So she's like, I'm like, who's this horse? And she's like, I had to run across the street and see if I could borrow one of their horses just so I could have the party. The horse that I was boarding wasn't screaming all night.
Oh my God.
But yeah, she goes, well, what a beautiful death. I was just kind of brushing her and she just collapsed and stopped breathing. And that was it. But she was like 40. Yeah, I think she was like 42.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be so strange. I would be like, oh, okay. I'm not really sure. But I went to North Carolina for 2 weeks and Bam was pretty sick over the winter, and when I was gone, my mom said that she thought he was gonna die. I was like, if he died while I was gone, or you put him down, I would have been so
mad. I know.
Mad at you.
I actually put my mare down actually it'll be a year in August. I keep on saying this summer, but it was last summer. But it was time. I've never been through anything. Of course it was sad, but it was, when it's time to go, it's time to go. Then these other people at my barn, like where I boarded her, I took her to my house and stuff, and she chilled out and ate grass and stuff, and she's in my backyard now. But like the week after, this friend of mine had a horse at the barn I was boarding at, and he's beautiful, this great show horse, and all of a sudden he was just standing in the field. He couldn't move, and no one really told us what happened. We think some mares got loose and went in and kicked him, and his shoulder was completely shattered. They had to put him down. It was like so awful. They got him down to the barn and he could barely walk.
That happened to my friend.